Hello, I'm Phil Svitek, 360 Creative Coach, and in this episode, I actually want to pose a question to you, and that is, how well do you listen? And the good news is, I'm going to help you answer that. But before I fully get into things, I would like to take the opportunity to invite you to subscribe if you haven't already. That way you get all the various lessons and episodes that I put out right when I put them out. Now, the reason I've been thinking a lot about this is because, there's so much conflict in the world, right? And one of the ways that I truly believe that we can diffuse a lot of this stuff is through the simple act of listening. It's that simple. It really is. But the problem is we don't actually listen. And this goes for myself included. It's something that we're not really cognizant of, and it's certainly not something that we're actually taught. And yet, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. I don't think that's coincidence. So that is why I've been thinking about this. Now, what I'm about to teach you, I learned through the Radical Candor podcast, okay? So it's not something that I came up with myself. It's something that I learned, picked up, and thought was a very useful tool. So to first figure out how well you listen, there's an exercise. And that is when, it requires 2 people, but when the first person speaks, you have to start your sentence with whatever their last word was. Now, that sounds simple, right? And conversely, once you finish your sentence, they should do the same thing, right? They should start their sentence with whatever word you ended with. It's like, well, when you hear that, it's like that's so simple, like, yeah, no, duh, okay. The trick of it, really try it, right? I implore you to try it. Because when you do, what you start to realize is you actually don't listen to people's full speeches. You're so gung-ho, you already have in your mind what you're going to say. And especially when it comes to, negotiations or conflict resolution or whatever, that can be problematic because we're not actually listening. We're just waiting for our rebuttal. Or, whatever it is, our point to say. And so we're not actually listening. That's the crazy part. And this simple exercise allows you to see and experience how much you're not actually listening. It's mind-boggling. It really is. And again, I'm not exempt. I'm not. So it's a simple exercise, but please try it. And yeah, the first couple times, it's going to be very difficult. But guess what? If you start to really do it, and you don't have to also do it with people that knowingly are aware that this is an exercise that you're doing, right? It's fun to play with people, but at the same time, you can use it with friends. You can use it in work environments and so forth. This, really actively, it might be a little bit weird when you literally start with the first word of people's last sentences, but they will actually appreciate it more because they'll start to see, whatever minor awkwardness there might be because of that, they'll be much more grateful because you're actually listening and responding as opposed to reacting. And that goes a long way. So that's the advice I have for you, so that way you can truly figure out how well you actually listen. Because most of us don't. As I said, I'm in this camp. So that's the lesson I have for you today. Thank you as always. Comment down below with any thoughts or questions you might have. Let me know about your experience trying this out, Let me know, on a scale of 1 to 10, where were you at the beginning and how much did you improve? Also, to plug it real quick, if you want more direct interaction and advice from me, that's what my Patreon page is for. Patreon.com/Phil Svitek. It's a way for us to more directly interact. So I encourage you to check that out if you want. So thank you. I appreciate you. I hope to see you next time.